Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
And I'm Andy Murray from WhatCulture.
And coming up, two huge returns on last night's NXT to tell you about.
The first AEW Women's Champion has been crowned.
The new AEW Tag Team belts have been revealed by two people you really wouldn't expect.
And your two favourite wrestlers ever are returning to SmackDown on Friday.
It is far too late to do this, but anyway, this is the news.
I have been awake for 26 hours.
Oh, God.
Anyway, that's not even an exaggeration.
Nope.
Jake Hagar.
Jack
He's here.
Swagger.
The former Jack Swagger debuted at the end of All Elite Wrestling's first episode of Dynamite. He was their Lex Luger. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh, Jack Swagger, he was kind of lame in WWE, and yeah, for a long time he was. However, if you have not seen this angle, you should go out of your way to see it. This came off shockingly well. So it was after the match that was supposed to be pitting Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks against Chris Jericho, Ortiz, and Santana. Kenny Omega was taken out of the match by that pesky scamp Jon Moxley, who, I don't know, suplexed him through a bloody glass table. That'll do the job.
Yep.
And once this all went down, there was a big brawl afterwards. All kinds of people came down. Cody, Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, big old brawl, all kinds of stuff going on. And then Jiggity Jake, Juicy Jake, Jack Swagger came into the ring. He killed everyone. He was urgent. He was fast. He was imposing. He was massive.
He looked huge.
He looked like a monster. And it went off really well. He got an incredible pop. And I never thought I'd be saying that about Jack Swagger or Jake Hagar in 2019. Props to him and props to AEW.
Yeah,
Really
this, like you say, this got an incredible crowd reaction. This got a huge reaction online. I mean, AEW Dynamite trended #1 worldwide last night, which kind of gives you an example of how well that show was received, or certainly was in the public consciousness,
For sure.
I should say. And yeah, I mean, my best friend Jack Swagger is doing some wonderful stuff. I am fascinated to see where this goes. Also fascinated with that wonderful shot at the end with Jericho, Guevara, Santana, Ortiz, and Hager. And where they go from here next.
Where do they go from here? Well, my best friend, the Sugar Man, Sweet Tony Khan, has the answers. He did his usual post-show media scrum. And he was talking a little bit about this. The group assembled at the end of the show. He said, I thought the stable, well, we're going to learn more about them. So he's effectively confirmed that this is indeed a stable. He also spoke a little bit about Jake Hagar and his signing. Tony said, Jake's been signed to us for like a really long time now. Jake can keep a secret and so can we.
Well,
and for quite a while,
he can't quite,
Jake was
can he?
signed.
So-
Yeah, he kind of let the cat out of the bag a few weeks ago, brother. But, you know, I like these things with Sweet Tony after the shows, answering questions. Sugar Man, sprinkling the sugar on American wrestling.
Intriguing as well, because I do believe Jake Hager's got a fight coming up at the end of October, possibly in Bellator.
Little Bellator
So it's
fight.
going to be intriguing how they work that into the storyline, or how they work around that, I should say. But yeah, huge reaction to that. But that wasn't the only surprise / return last night, because we had two absolutely huge returns on last night's NXT. Finn Balor is back home. He interrupted Adam Cole as he celebrated retaining his NXT championship, slightly via shenanigans, against Matt Riddle. Yes, Matt Riddle was, Adam Cole, was celebrating in the middle of the ring. Finn Balor's music hit. He appears to be back home in NXT for good. And this is just wonderful news. He looked great with his new haircut and what have you. Can't wait to see what they do that. But he wasn't the only return, because right at the end of last night's NXT, which overran and hopefully picked up some viewers from people who'd finished watching AEW and flicked across, overran with the Tag Team Championships match. The Undisputed Era retaining against the Street Profits, again due to shenanigans. Roderick Strong coming down and distracting Montez Ford in that. And as the Undisputed Era, that is Fish, O'Reilly, and Strong, were celebrating in the ring, Adam Cole was at the top of the rank and was interrupted by Tommy Ciampa himself. Tommaso Ciampa is back. He didn't take his bloody eyes off Goldie as he made his entrance. And the final shot of last night's NXT was him squaring up to Adam Cole. God, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, WWE brought out some of the biggest guns they possibly could have for this NXT show, short of having The Rock show up in Full Sail University with Hulk Hogan or something. Yeah, they dropped major bombs on your moms, where we got more rhymes than Madonna's got songs. I've butchered that, but they brought out the big guns. They were clearly looking to just hit AEW with everything they had in this little Wednesday Night War, and I'm really interested to see how this affected the ratings.
Me too.
Good stuff. Looking forward to seeing Ciampa and Balor doing good things in NXT. Back to AEW for a second, and as we all know, the company were always going to crown their first ever women's champion last night, and they did. And it's a winner you might not have expected. You might have thought that going into this match, Nyla Rose might get her pinfall back on Riho after Fyter Fest. She might get revenge and be this dominant monster heel champion, but no! Riho is your first AEW Women's Champion. She won an awesome, hard-fought match full of great escalation, big bombs, crazy spots, awesome David and Goliath stuff, monster versus undersized underdog. Really excellent. And she won it with one of what was about 7 double foot stomps, pinning Nyla.
She suplexed Nyla Rose
Off the top rope. It was amazing. Check out the match if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. Rio came off really well, and now she's the champion. There was a weird post-match angle with Michael Nakazawa, and Michael Nakazawa almost died, but Nyla Rose saved his life. That stuff doesn't matter. What does matter is that big stupid Jason Mewes, Jay or Silent Bob, I don't know which one's which.
He's Jay.
He's Jay. He was at the show, him and Kevin Smith. They were sitting in the front row. They had a segment with Jack Evans and then Helico. Jason Mewes went backstage on the Twitch. We don't know anything about Twitch here at WhatCulture.com, but he was on the Twitch doing a stream, and it was just before the Riho versus Nyla Rose match. And guess what? Guess what this big dumbass walked into? Sorry, Jason, I'm sure you're lovely. Riho undergoing a photo shoot with the belt before the match. He just filmed it. He just walked right up to her and went, "Oh, look, she's doing a pose with a belt." And all these people around him were like, "What are you doing? You can't see this. It's a spoiler. He's a spoiler." And his response was, "Sorry, guys. I thought it was props."
My favourite bit is when he says, I watched this, and when he goes, "Oh, I don't think they saw it." No, they definitely didn't see Riho posing with a belt.
He went to it like 3 times as well, this
Also,
sausage.
you should know it was blatantly obvious because what leads into my story, he was the guy alongside Kevin Smith modelling these new AEW Tag Team Championships belts, which look gorgeous. But yeah, he should know how easy it is to spot a belt in a belt photo shoot when he's been doing one 20 minutes before with Chris Jericho and Sugarman Tony Khan. Ridiculous.
Jason, you've done a poop with your trousers on there, haven't you?
Absolute nightmare, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Very quickly, I should tell you about the attendance for last night's AEW Dynamite show. There was some wonderful sweeping shots of the audience, and I know there was a lot of speculation online about people bulk buying tickets and scalpers and what have you. The official attendance at last night's show, 14,129. A fantastic opening debut TV show for AEW Dynamite, and NXT was mint as well.
Good opening gate. After seeing those ticket maps the other day with all the cut price seats still available, I really thought that we were going to have to come to you today, ladies and gentlemen, with one of those stories we do where we have a shot of some empty seats with a big yellow arrow, and we're like, "Oh, it's a disaster. There's no one there. Oh, look, they've cordoned the whole section off. They've put a curtain up." Do I have to do that? 14K, baby. Tony Khan, sprinkle in that sugar.
That was me thinking it was just going to be Tony Khan sat on his own.
Yeah.
Yay.
So after all these exciting stories, you want to talk about a really boring one?
Go on.
Nikki Bella and Brie Bella might be on SmackDown.
What?
Yeah, that's the story. Nikki, I'm really tired. Nikki posted some video on Instagram or something, and
John, you know what? Hang on, I'm not doing my hair.
And she posted, she's pointing at her cap or some stuff, and said, "Hey, guess what? I might have to wear that on Friday, but yeah, so many surprises." Adam Nicholas and Adam Cleary were supposed to do this in the news earlier. They left it to us because they hate us. But yeah, if you're a Bella Twins fan,
I think it makes sense. They're just putting all the talent that they possibly can on this week's Friday Night SmackDown. The Rock's going to be there, for God's sake, so it would make sense if the Bellas made an appearance. I don't want to see them back wrestling in the ring, but a nice special guest appearance would be lovely.
I've just been a total arsehole there, but I don't mind the Bella Twins at all. Cool if they show up. Yeah, nice. Nikki, like, by the end of her career, the last few years at least, Nikki was a pretty good wrestler, so
maybe you can have a bit where Miss Cross is there going, "Who wants to play with Nikki?" And then Nikki comes in and goes, "You know what?" Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course, if you want to get in touch with us. Nate says, with Finn going back to NXT, so happy about that, by the way. I think that's wonderful. What other NXT main roster call-ups could benefit from going back to NXT? Shinsuke Nakamura?
Going back to NXT. Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura is a good shout. He's he's Intercontinental Champion. He's got Sami Zayn as his sidekick. He'd be a good shout. You know what else would be a good shout? Sami Zayn. He's just a manager on the main roster. He's really good at it. But you know what else he's really good at? Professional wrestling. That'd be cool.
Kevin Owens, I mean, they've kind of just fumbled this whole storyline with Shane McMahon. But the most obvious one, the blindingly obvious one to me, as just a hard reset, and let's go back to what they were in NXT. Aleister Bloody Black.
Oh, yeah.
No one wants to pick a fight. I want you to be silent and enjoy your infamy, Velveteen Dream.
You know what?
That was wonderful. Why change that?
Well, you know what? The worst thing about all that crap was that Fanny sitting in his prick dark room. What? Just go and pick a fight, dude. You're in that room like a building full of combat sport athletes, you dope.
No.
Oh, that character is idiotic. Aleister Black, I'm sure, is a lovely guy in real life.
Absolutely.
Character's a dumbass.
Let's move on. Second question today comes from Sean Wallace, who says, thoughts on the AEW commentary team tonight? Personally, I thought Tony Schiavone made the three-man table work for AEW.
Yeah, they finally solved the commentary problem properly. I know Golden Boy was very good on the last show. He was very good in his Fighter Fest spots as well, and I liked him a lot. But Schiavone is one of the most seasoned announcers in the game. Still got it, still got that passion, still got that delivery, still got that enthusiasm. Thought he was the glue holding it together last night. Excalibur, I think, is absolutely brilliant, but there was a bit of a disparity between him and Jim Ross. Very different styles. Didn't quite mesh, perhaps, the way the company might have wanted, especially with Alex Marvez in the middle of them. But Schiavone took it to the next level. I thought he was awesome. Yeah,
you were telling me, I couldn't really hear it a lot on the stream that we were doing for obvious reasons. We had that and NXT. I was like watching a tennis match, basically. And they kept having the same things on at the same time. The main champions posing with belts, the women's championship matches on at the same time. But you gave a ring endorsement. Did you, like me, have a little bit of a moment? You know, there was the moment just as both shows started where you were like, bloody hell, this is historic, this.
Yeah.
And then also looking and going, JR from Raw, Schiavone from Nitro, here at the launch of this new product. God, it's just great being a wrestling fan sometimes, isn't it?
It's so funny.
Imagine not loving wrestling.
I know, man. It's just those two guys sitting there next to the masked weird guy from PWG.
Yeah, exactly.
Who once cut a promo about coming out of a toilet and smashing people in the head with a brick. It's great. I love it.
Wonderful stuff. Final question today comes from Skylar's Echo, who says, I've been curious about this. Jeff Hardy returned to the WWE, so do you think Willow might appear in the WWE? And if so, would he be a good match for The Fiend?
Oh, I'm not overly familiar with Willow. I've seen little glimpses of that character.
Same.
In Impact and obviously through the Broken Universe and stuff. I think it'd be cool. Like, Jeff Hardy's obviously a very creative guy. Sometimes it works. Willow's a good example of that. Sometimes it doesn't work. His entire music career. I was
about to say, his entrance in music.
Peroxide, Jen. Yeah, more like peroxide, get in the bin, Jen. Bit harsh. I've lost my train of thought here.
He certainly shouldn't beat The Fiend if it's the Willow, but I think it'd be a nice, sort of a way to transition away if you want to do something a little bit spooky-doo and weird.
Yeah, let Matt Hardy do his Broken Universe thing on the network and let Jeff do it as well.
Should we move on to today's and finally so we can go home and go to bed?
I need all the sleeps, man.
Okay. Let's move on to today's and finally. And I started off, what was yesterday for you, saying, look, everyone be nice to each other. Everyone be positive. We saw Mauro Ranallo and the Young Bucks wishing each other luck ahead of the Wednesday Night War.
Has someone been a dick?
Well, yes.
Yes.
But I'll allow it because it's Big E. Big
Oh,
E
yeah.
just
Hell
killing
yeah.
the game on Twitter yet again. Everyone was tweeting saying, good luck to all wrestling tonight, basically. And Xavier Woods did the exact same thing. He tweeted, I hope everyone has fun and does well. And whether that was aimed at NXT or AEW or just everything, basically, is lovely. Big E wasn't the same train of thought. He quote tweeted this saying, well, not me. I wish pestilence upon all my enemies. I pray mirth is a memory so distant they question its existence. May constant travail be their only companion. Amen.
Wow.
I love you, Big E.
Oh, he's the best.
Can we get him to do a cameo for us? Honestly.
Man, it's like $250 or something.
I don't care.
Well, you can get Gangrel's only 25.
Just Titus. And then both the icons.
Wow, we're spending a lot of cash. Boss, you got a spare grand? Oh, no.
Go and buy some of those mystery boxes that Clear
Yeah.
was promoting, and then maybe we can get Big E to do a This Is the News.
Yeah, my own boss has just told me to piss off there, so.
Or did he? After this amount of time without sleep, it could just all be a memory.
Oh, look at that cat.
Right. Let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. The one of myself and Andy Murray going into a deep dive into the first Wednesday Night War is up there right now. Plus, you can let us know your thoughts on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. Watch there, follow both of us. You can follow him at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for wow. Is that a pillow?
You can follow me at Adam Wilburn. You can follow us all at WhatCultureWWE. My thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.
You're not very soft, mate.